Good evening from San Ignacio Town. With the 9 o'clock news, I am Patrick Jones. Tonight, as we go on the air, we are receiving reports of a fatal traffic accident earlier tonight on the Philip Golson Highway in the Corozal district. According to information received, the incident happened near mile 87 in an area known as the Tumbayito Curve. We will continue to monitor the story and more details will be posted on our website. Aspiring politician Ramon Cervantes Jr. is facing a libel suit brought against him by Deputy Prime Minister Gaspar Vega. The lawsuit stems from the broadcast of an audio recording in which a man purporting to be fugitive Manuel Castillo had a telephone conversation with the widow of former Mayor of Orinchuac, Ramon Cervantes Sr., making serious allegations against the Deputy Prime Minister. 3 men have already been charged for the brutal murder of the elder Cervantes, and now his son is facing a libel suit from his political rival, the Deputy Prime Minister, because of the audio recording which was aired on the radio and later turned over to the police. The Deputy Prime Minister strongly denies the allegations made in the taped conversation and has now initiated a lawsuit against Cervantes Jr. for libel. The case came up before Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin this morning for case management. At the conclusion of this morning's session, the attorney for Ramon Cervantes Jr., Senior Counsel Saeed Musa, spoke with reporters.
The court made what they call case management orders for disclosure by all the parties and for witness statements to be filed on both sides, actually in 3 sides because there is a third party involved as well. Radio station.
No, sir.
And a pre-trial review will be held down the road sometime in April, I believe. Yeah.
Sir, for those of us who have no understanding of what a libel is and how it works, how does one defend against this to make a legitimate case that, you know what, I said something and you may think it's disparaging, but it's actually not?
Well, that's certainly one ground of defense, to say that what was said or what was alleged to have been said is not libelous, not defamatory. A second ground could be that what was said is true. That is a full defense. And there are several other defenses, such as what is called qualified privilege, an absolute privilege. So there are several defenses to libel. There's also the fact of, is it libel or is it slander? This is another issue as well. But we're not going to go into that at this time, right?
Okay, sir.
For his part, Cervantes Jr. kept his remarks brief, saying that the law will now take its course.
Well, it's the beginning of the judicial process. We are disputing the case, and we're just waiting to see how the law take its course.
The case continues in April and no trial date has been set. A man was shot and killed on Monday night in Roaring Creek Village in the Cayo district. The victim has been identified as 61-year-old John Alexander Smith. Police say Smith was walking towards his Young Street home around 6:55 p.m. when he was accosted by a lone gunman. A single shot was fired at Smith, fatally wounding him to the left side of the face. Police say when they arrived at the scene of the homicide, they found Smith lying face up, already dead. Smith's body now lies at the morgue at the Belmopan Hospital, where it awaits a post-mortem examination. Police investigations continue. News broke Monday evening of the lawsuit in the Supreme Court against MMR Belize Limited, producers of the television game show Make Me Rich, and Belize Telemedia Limited by computer programmer Curtis Swayze. 2 years ago, he came up with the idea of lottery texting, a lotto draw made completely electronic. He entered into discussions with BTL and met multiple times with the company's executives and staff, only to be told via email last August that the company would not be able to work with him at that time as it was not within the bounds of their plans for that fiscal year. However, McMirich took off no more than a month later, according to Swayze's attorney Karim Musa, with much the same concepts as those Swayze offered BTL. According to Musa, BTL is alleged to have violated the terms of an information exchange agreement with Swayze, which contains a clause for non-disclosure of discussions and items presented between the two parties, which are classified as intellectual property. Persons inside BTL, he suggested, may have passed on the information to executives with MMR. There is also a political dimension to this story. BTL has been owned and operated by the government of Belize since its first acquisition from the former ownership in August of 2009, and the Prime Minister's son, Anwar Barrow, has been in the chair there for some time. MMR's ownership links to the scion of another high-ranking politician, as Musa explains.
We got information that the company McMirich was actually now operating under MMR Belize Limited. I guess the MMR stands for McMirich, no? So we did a search on MMR Belize Limited, and what we learned from that search is that this company that is now operating a similar, if not identical, game show to what Mr. Swayze had presented to BTL, this company is actually owned by two individuals. One is Cosme Hernandez and Sunil Daryanani for 5,000 shares each. But what is more interesting is that the director of this company is none other than the son of Gaspar Vega. His name is Andre Antonio Vega. So MMR Belize Limited, who is now in the business with BTL, who we know the head of BTL is Anwar Barrow. I don't know if Anwar made the decision or the board made a decision to shut the doors on Mr. Curtis Swayze. But this is an ordinary Belizean.
And aside from politics, Musa says his client will sue for damages caused by the appropriation. He was careful not to call it theft of his material by BTL and MMR.
Well, as I mentioned, the information exchange agreement contemplates many relief that Mr. Swayze could seek. In my opinion, the ship has sailed as it relates to getting an injunction on them. They are already operating this new game show. So we have not applied for an injunction, and he has instructed us not to try to stop them. But certainly we will be seeking damages for what he has been through, for sharing this information, and for breaching this very confidential information exchange agreement, for divulging that information to a third party. We'll be suing them for damages.
The case continues on March 10th before Justice Courtney Abel. Tropic Air today announced that it has entered into an agreement with Honduras's CM Airlines to facilitate same-day travel between Belize and Tegucigalpa, the Honduran capital, via flights to San Pedro Sula, Honduras. A statement from Tropic Air says that the service will come on stream on Tuesday of next week, thereby eliminating overnight stays for travelers between Belize and Tegucigalpa. Tropic Air says that the new service will also stimulate tourism and trade between Belize and Honduras. Under the new service, travelers will depart Belize on Tropic Air at 4:15 p.m. daily except on Saturday, arriving in San Pedro Sula an hour later. The connecting flight departs San Pedro Sula at 5:30 p.m. and lands in Tegucigalpa 45 minutes later. On the return journey, travelers depart Tegucigalpa at 7 a.m. daily except on Sunday, arriving in San Pedro Sula at 7:45 a.m. The flight to Belize via Tropic Air departs San Pedro Sula at 8:30 a.m., landing at the Philip Goldson International Airport at 9:30 a.m. Persons wishing to take advantage of this new service or to obtain additional information can contact any of Tropic Air's offices countrywide. You're watching the 9 o'clock news. Coming up after the break, a new executive for the Belmopan Cancer Society is elected. Details of that story and more after these messages.
people together. Smart is bigger.
We bigger.
And better.
And better.
Yeah. 2015 is here. Smart will be doing things bigger this year. With the best promotions out there. Free up yourself with Smart. Start your year off right with Smart. Starting January 5th, you will receive an automatic double up on your first $20 upload and triple on the first $50 upload. Upload with prepaid cards, Gimme Dollar agents, Go Mobile, or at the Smart Lounge. Double and triple when you feel like. Free up yourself with Smart. 2015 is here. Smart will be doing things bigger this year. With the best promotions out there. Free up yourself with Smart. Start your year off right with Smart.
Precision handling. High performance braking. Smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road. Hand-cooked tires.
My dad never misses a football match.
We all have our bucket list and plan to start fulfilling them someday.
Anytime now. Don't worry, babe. You can do it.
Go, Mom! You can do this!
Why not turn someday into today with an easy credit personal loan? Atlantic Bank can make it happen. We offer loans at competitive interest rates with low monthly payments for all your financing needs, because life should be easy.
How was it, Mom? It was good.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Somebody say, live the life. Live the life. Somebody say, live the life. Somebody say, live the life. Live the life. Live the life.
A laborer of Bermudan Landing Village in the Belize district, accused of murder, pleaded guilty today to the lesser charge of manslaughter and was handed a sentence of 12 years imprisonment, but will actually serve 7 years on the order of Justice Adolph Lucas. 54-year-old Jeremiah Pott was accused of causing the death of his older brother, Fidencio Pott, 57 years old, in March of 2011. The brothers were drinking red top liquor at a friend's house in the morning when they began to quarrel over a bottle of rum. Fidencio Pot hauled his younger brother outside, pulling his shirt, and Jeremiah responded by hitting him in the head with a spade, not letting up even after his brother tumbled to the ground. Fidencio Pot died of his injuries 5 days later, and Jeremiah was charged with murder, being formally indicted in September of 2013. However, the prosecution elected to substitute a charge of manslaughter in February of 2014 because there was evidence of provocation on Fidencio's part. Pot, represented by attorney David Morales, entered his plea this morning and expressed remorse through his attorney. Justice Lucas, in passing sentence, cut a year from the sentence in recognition of Pot's plea and another 4 years for time on remand, noting that he pleaded guilty at the earliest opportunity and expressed remorse through his attorney. The Crown was represented by Crown Counsel Portia Stain. On Friday, Chief Justice Kenneth Benjamin is to hear a rare inferior court appeal between Giovanni Brackett, president of Citizens Organized for Liberty Through Action, COLA, and advisor Nedal Jihad McLaurin, and Cayo Northeast Area Representative and former Minister of State for Immigration and Nationality Elvin Penner. In June of 2014, Penner's summary charges related to the Kim Wong-hong passport scandal were dismissed after Magistrate Aretha Ford declined to allow the summoning of Commissioner of Police Alan Wiley to court under Section 30 of the Summary Jurisdiction Procedure Act for him to deliver evidence in his possession relating to Penner and the Kim scandal. Attorney for COLA, Kareem Musa, says that decision will now be reviewed by the High Court in furtherance of its own order of a writ of mandamus ordering further investigation into the matter last March.
And if you also recall, the Chief Justice had ordered the Commissioner of Police, because he refused to investigate Mr. Elvin Penner. The Chief Justice ordered him to carry out an investigation into the matter. As I understand it, statements had been taken from many witnesses in that investigation, but they were never turned over to the DPP, nor were they turned over to Mr. Giovanni Brackett as the private investigator. We had requested that information, we had requested the evidence that the Commissioner gathered, but that was never provided. So, really and truly, on Friday, the court will consider whether the magistrate was reasonable or unreasonable in not summoning the Commissioner of Police to the magistrate court to give evidence and to provide all those statements that he had gathered.
According to Musa, Belizeans still want to see justice in the case, and so he hopes that the ship has not sailed. There is a section of the law under which Penner can be charged if the authorities wish to do so.
I would hope not. I would hope not. This is a very important national issue. All eyes are still on this. Belizeans want to see justice in this particular case. So I would hope that the ship has not sailed as yet. And certainly as it pertains to Section 178, and it's a good thing you brought that up, Mike, because there is no statute of limitation. The Director of Public Prosecutions can still bring a case against Mr. Penner under Section 178 of the Criminal Code. As far as I'm aware, the ship has sailed from her department because she has not given any response. I know she was on a long leave, she's back from that long leave, but she has not given any response as to whether she has gotten back the file from the Commissioner of Police or if even she wants to pursue Section 178 of the Criminal Code. So the ship will never sail on that particular case, because there will always be room for a Director of Public Prosecutions who is serious to bring charges against Mr. Penner.
Elvin Penner continues in office as the area representative for the Cayo Northeast constituency. A family from San Antonio Village in the Toledo district is mourning the death of their loved one. On Sunday morning, 63-year-old Primitivo, that should be Primitivo Koch, was found in his yard gasping for air. Police say Koch was found by his daughter when she arrived at their home around 9:30 a.m. on Sunday. Police say a bottle of Gramaxone was found beside Cock, and his daughter believes that he may have swallowed the herbicide. Cock's body is now at the Punta Gorda Hospital, where it awaits a post-mortem examination. A new executive for the Belmopan Cancer Society has been chosen. Our National Affairs editor, Gwen Nunes Gonzalez, has the details in the following report.
The Belmopan Cancer Society held its 17th annual general meeting on Friday, February 6th at 7 p.m. at the George Price Center in Belmopan. During the meeting, new executive members were chosen. They are President Rodney H. Neal, MBE, Vice President Beverly Swayze, Secretary Miguelina Pot Varela, Assistant Secretary Nurka Nunes, Treasurer Peter August, Assistant Treasurer Desiree Coleman, Trustees Gladys Bernard, Malika Cardona, Oli Nabet, Wilma Neal, Marjorie Pitzel, and Sonia Byrne. The guest speaker was Mr. Adrian Coy, CEO at Carl Hushner Memorial Hospital, KHMH. He stated that people must understand what illness they are dealing with by being informed and not to take their diagnosis lightly. Moreover, communication between healthcare professionals and patients is essential. The health industry, he stated, is changing. Therefore, patients must have the right to information, verbal and written. CEO Koi also said that the future of the health industry is exciting because of all the technological advancement accompanied by goodwill and collaboration. He emphasized that collaboration is important, but prevention is the best cure. The palliative care group gave an overview of the work they do to assist terminally ill patients and their families. They are also seeking members. Mr. Fred Bongoni gave a testimony about his struggle with his wife who died from cancer. Recognition was given to Mrs. Beverly Swayze, who is a founding member of the Society, for her years of effective and dedicated leadership. Present at the meeting was the National President of the Belize Cancer Society, Mrs. Laura Langsworth. Students from Our Lady of Guadalupe High School gave a contribution of $500 to the Society. The group also held an activity for World Cancer Day in February to bring awareness with leaflets and other literature about cancer. They also did free blood pressure and sugar tests. The theme for the activity was "Can Control, Not Be on Us." Additional information about the society can be read by visiting its website at www.belizecancersociety.org.bz. For BMG News, I'm Gwen Nunes Gonzalez reporting from Garden City, Belmopan.
There is a chill in the air as a ridge of high pressure maintains cool and dry weather over our area. Stay tuned for your weather summary right after these messages.
We bring in people together. Smart is bigger. We bigger and better. Yeah. 2015 is here. Smart will be doing things bigger this year. With the best promotions out there. Free up yourself with Smart. Start your year off right with Smart. Starting January 5th, you will receive an automatic double up on your first $20 upload and triple on the first $50 upload. Upload with prepaid cards, Gimme Dollar agents, Go Mobile, or at the Smart Lounge. Double and triple when you feel like. Free up yourself with Smart. 2015 is here. Smart will be doing things bigger this year. With the best promotions out there. Free up yourself with Smart. Start your year off right with Smart.
Precision handling. High performance braking. Smooth and comfortable ride. Tame the road. Hankook tires.
My dad never misses a football match.
Me neither.
Are you enjoying this game or what?
I'm loving every minute of it.
I can't miss this game, but I can't see it either.
Here, now you can. The game's on me.
Now, wherever there's internet, you don't have to miss a single minute of TV. And the best part of My TV is it costs as little as $10 monthly for Central TV and Internet's customers. With 25 channels at your fingertips, you'll always be tuned in. My TV is available only at Central TV and Internet. Log on and discover a new world of mobile TV.
Hey, do you happen to have a beer?
We all have our bucket list and plan to start fulfilling them someday.
Anytime now. Don't worry, babe. You can do it.
Go, Mom! You can do this!
Why not turn someday into today with an easy credit personal loan? Atlantic Bank can make it happen. We offer loans at competitive interest rates with low monthly payments for all your financing needs, because life should be easy.
How was it, Mom?
It was good.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Somebody say, live the life. Live the life. Somebody say, live the life. Somebody say, live the life. Live the life. Live the life.
To end the news, a reminder of the main points again. A Roaring Creek man is shot and killed near his home in the village, and a private citizen is taking BTL to court seeking damages for an alleged violation of the terms of an information exchange agreement. With the headlines, we end this edition of the 9 o'clock news. Our news lines remain open at all times, and you can visit our website for continuing coverage of the latest news from around the country. Thank you for joining us. I am Patrick Jones. Have a good night.